Yo, this is Chris Gotti, Lorenzo, and my partner Don Dinero.
Hola, Mr. Money for the Gringos.
Okay, voila, and we're here giving them the business. You heard me? And we got a great guest today. And I want to just thank all my fans out there for subscribing, sharing. This is what we do. We're going to keep bringing in great guests like my man Luc Stephen.
No, not Stefan.
Stephen. Luc Stephen, man. Great. Thank you for having me, coming on, man. I appreciate you being here.
Having me. Thank you
Definitely.
Definitely an honor.
Yeah, man. I wanted to talk, I know, again, about your background, really, like, and what, because that's going to go into everything else, I feel. This is how I like to just dive in. So I know I heard you're Haitian.
Yes,
you're Zoe.
I'm a Zoe.
Sac passe. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, what impact did that have on you growing up? You was born in Haiti?
I was born in Haiti.
Born in Haiti and came here. And I heard a story, so I'll let you tell the story about your family. But yes, born in Haiti and came here.
Okay, so my father was a senator.
The senator.
A senator in Haiti.
In Haiti. Baby Doc.
Okay, it's good? Yeah. All right. So my father was a senator.
Yeah.
I guess in his province, I don't know how the politics work over there, but it was Poppa Doc.
Poppa Doc, not Baby
Doc, his father.
His father, Poppa Doc.
One.
Yeah, I know.
So I didn't know exactly what was happening. Like maybe 2 years ago, I met my brothers and sisters from
Haiti,
from the father side.
Okay.
Because my mother I got 5 sisters and me from my mother. So when she left, I didn't even meet my other brothers and sisters. I seen my father one time.
Wow.
One time he passed away. I seen a clip, and he was a college professor at Columbia when he came over here. So my brother was telling me that they tried to kill him twice. And matter of fact, he said the second time, my mother saved him. So, you know, the whole time when he's not around, I don't know, what's the history? Like, you know, damn, he's not on drugs, he's not whatever, like, why he didn't check for me? You know, he was a college professor. So maybe 2 years ago, that's when I can really put the story together. So, you know, I can't blame my mother, because if they try to kill him, you're not going to, you know, like, back then, the team that Poppa Doc had was treacherous. They was tearing people up. So I can understand why when he was trying to make attempts to see me, she was like, nah, you know, because of what happened there. So we moved to Boston. From Boston, we moved to New York when I was in high school. And shit became different when I came to New York. New York was kind of
Where'd you grow up in New York?
Queens, Jamaica.
South Side.
Well, no, I didn't grow up in South Side. I grew up like towards Jamaica Avenue. That's where my sister lived at.
We still call that South Side.
But back then it wasn't.
Back then
it wasn't. It wasn't until I started playing ball and I'm in IS8 that's when the South Side thing came.
Got it.
So I came to New York, went to Andrew Jackson.
Man, everyone went to Andrew Jackson.
Played basketball, you know, as a freshman.
Who'd you play with?
Bo Edwards, Derek Hawkins.
You said Ron Edwards.
No, Ron came after me.
Oh, wow.
Gay.
Okay.
Gregory Edwards.
Greg Edwards, yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
They're older than me, so I was a freshman. So we had a nice freshman crew on that varsity team. You had Eddie Harris, George Allen, Will Moore, myself, and
Tough.
Fowler.
Tough.
Yeah, we was nice. I mean, Chuck was trying to groom me to be like Derek Hawkins, because Derek Hawkins was a brainiac. I started hanging with Derek Hawkins' little brothers, Monkey and Rat. They introduced me to a world of Punani. After that, it was just over for me. I was just young, and then I just got caught up in that. Plus,
you said Monkey.
Monkey and Rat were twins.
What? Twins.
Hawkins.
Yes.
They're his brothers. So, you know, I've started hanging out with them. So, you know, you're getting pussy. I'm hanging in the projects. You know, I'm seeing a different life and a faster life, because at home, mom's just like, don't mess with that girl.
Sure.
You just want to get pregnant and get on welfare. That's what these Americans do. You know, go stand in the corner. Like, I'm in high school. She's telling me to stand in the corner. So after one time she told me to stand in the corner, and I just didn't do it. I just left. And I just left it because it's like, I don't need this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm changing. So I'm really revolting against my mother
Of
and
course.
the culture, the Haitian culture, because I just see it as people being strict.
Too conservative
Too
for you.
conservative for me.
And you've been exposed to
I've
this
been
lifestyle
exposed to-
fast of doing whatever you
Yeah,
want.
I'm
You're like,
exposed to New York City.
You want to be outside.
Outside. I want to be. I want to be.
hey,
I want to be in the
no
lunchroom.
cell phone back then. No, outside
cell
was
phone.
inside.
For real.
So I went from 90s freshman to 42 C's as a sophomore. You all right? Oh, okay. And I went from 42 C's as a sophomore. And, you know, once I left the house, I was taught how to, there was a thing called creeping back then, sneak thieving. And I was hanging with God bless the dead, Gregory Wack Evans. He's the one that taught me how to steal and everything like that. And eventually during that.
So when you say, hold on, you said creeping,
Yeah.
which is it was sneak thieving.
Yeah.
Which, were you robbing houses or would you?
No. We would go into
'cause-
like I was small in stature then, or, you know, a little nigga. So I would go, like someone would go like maybe a car lot, right? Say you go and you buy a car with cash.
Right.
You spend the cash. We see where they put the cash. Someone else is gonna come. It might, you know, back then they had the car lots with like one booth, not like now where it's a whole bunch of people. Might be one person in there. Someone goes talks to him about getting a car. I could sneak in, go in,
Got you.
get the money, come out. We used to do that in bars. We go to Manhattan, do that in bars, furniture stores, all over the place. And that's how I was making a living.
Got you. No, that's it. I get it.
Yeah, girl I was dating. I mean, she got pregnant, and then I met Mr. Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols. And then after that, things just
Shout out Fat
changed.
Cat, man.
You know.
Come home soon, man. I know he's about to come home soon, right? He's short.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Well,
short.
he's put it this way. He's downhill now. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So whatever it is.
I went to
maybe-
visit him up in Clinton. I
Oh,
think
yeah?
he was- Yeah, I went to visit him.
with shorts.
We shorts. And
Shout out to shorts.
shout out shorts. I went to go see Mama. He went to go see him, Fat Cat, and I went to go see Turf. Shout out Turf.
Okay.
And Turf's from Brooklyn.
Okay.
He's a Brooklyn monster, and that's my man.
Okay.
And
Shout out to
I
you for going up
connected.
there.
Oh, facts. I put them together,
Okay.
and they thanked me for that. You know, there's a lot of stuff that went on up there.
Okay.
But Turf definitely, that was that dude. He's that one of them dudes, man.
Yeah. So through that relationship, that's how it was like the Furtados, Supreme.
Shout
you
out
know,
to Furtado Brothers, man.
Supreme.
Supreme, of course.
Wall. It was just
Wall.
one big, you know.
The family.
Yeah. I mean, when we was younger, of course, you know, like, you know, you have your little spiffs, like, you know, like who's getting more money, the projects on 150th Street. But, you know, after my first bid, when I came home, it was like everyone was together.
Did you ever
Big
fuck
party.
with Tommy Mickens?
Tommy Mickens and I used to work out. That's a very good friend of mine.
That's a dear friend of mine. Shout out Tommy, man.
Shout out Tommy Mickens.
Yeah,
Outside
yeah.
was
Southside was
Jamaica
going.
was.
But when you
was
bring
very
that
good.
up, he told me a crazy story because it was always beefs about money, and he always, you
Yeah.
know, if you know Tommy, like he's always talking about his bread. It was different. Like everyone was getting money.
I'll say this: Tommy's bread was different. I remember a time we was working out, and Cat was like, "Yo, ask him, do you want to do a sneaker store?" Tommy wanted to do a sneaker store on Madison Avenue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not a sneaker store in the hood. You know, like, hey, he wanted to do a sneaker store. Tommy was like, yo, let's do some shit on Madison Avenue. You know what I'm saying? You know how Tommy
Would
talk.
he ever do a movie?
We spoken.
I'm sure you had to.
We spoken. I mean,
It's
it's got
his-
to be right.
No, his story is iconic too.
Yeah,
man. It's
it-
crazy. Another Queen story. If guys don't know, again, his alias was Tony Montana.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let
He
that
had
say it
he had
all
the
right
house with
there.
the world in the front of it.
He's the first person I seen. He came through with a Bentley. I believe it was a Bentley or
With the Louis seats.
with the Louis Vuitton seats
and
and the headrest PlayStation or whatever the
yeah,
game,
the
video
PlayStation
game,
back
whatever
then.
it was back
no,
then.
was it
Could
PlayStation?
it's not
Nintendo,
PlayStation, Nintendo
Nintendo.
in the headrest. back then in the freaking 80s, yo. Let that sink in. Swagger time. Yeah. Helicopters. And I mean, he bought the whole block. Everything was Montana supermarkets. It was Tony Montana real estate company. Tony Montana dry cleaners. Like, he brought up all this in Hollis.
I think he was going out to Cali, and we was probably going to Miami. So he was getting a good number.
Yeah.
He was getting
he was working his ass off.
Everybody was doing their thing.
Everyone
shout
was
out to
doing
that
their thing.
era.
Yeah,
You know,
shout out to all of them.
It was a very happy time. It wasn't really no jealousy because everyone was making money.
Everyone was getting
Everyone
money.
was making money.
Yeah, crazy. Okay,
Different
so
time.
Yeah, different time. Different time. So, you know, me and Cat got arrested together in the store. Me and him was partners on a grocery store. We were supposed to never have drugs in the store. I think at that time, I had a game room on Feeney's permission of 119th, which was his territory. I can remember him like, the only reason you're down here is because of him. Like, that's why I'm down here.
Yeah.
So it's just funny, I just happened to go to the grocery store just to check in when they came in that day and arrested us.
Wow.
And that's when the games really started changing.
Everything changed.
Yeah, then Preem and them got arrested about a couple of months later. Tommy got arrested. Yeah. They was coming down on us.
So with that change that takes place, what made you go into television or film?
Well, I mean, you know, of course, when you go to prison the first time, I'm always like, I'm going to be a better criminal, or the next time they're going to have to kill me.
Yeah.
So another thing of that happened, and then I had a federal case for some shit that I didn't even
Separate, right.
When I came back from the feds, that's when it was like, you got to do something different. You know, I had been upstate twice, plus the federal thing. It was like, you got to do something.
Yeah, jail's not it. Jail is for suckers, man. And I'm not saying that the people inside of jails, it's just the way it's built and designed. It's not nothing.
I mean, you're controlled. You got someone telling you when to move.
You know, it's in a weird way, right? In a weird way, I do say in certain cases, I've talked to so many how jail has helped them actually get their self together. That's what it helped. It didn't help them in anything other than they figured their self out. Or like you said, in their case, they said, that is not what I want to do. And that kind of changed the light bulb, or like a light bulb moment or something for them. I have seen that part. So and I don't wish jail on nobody, and I don't think it's for anyone. But I don't know how some of these guys that are not listening or would have made that change without something very harsh.
Well, you gotta hit like a bottom to make a change. If you don't hit the bottom,
that's what I mean.
Change.
That's what jail was. It's the bottom.
And for me, earlier in my life, you know, we modeled ourselves after the mob, so jail was just part of the job description. You understand what I'm saying? Right. You're gonna do some shit. You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna do a bid. You're gonna come home. You're on. Don't worry. It's
what it is.
So it was just part of it. So you would think that it's your lifestyle. Caused a lot of trauma with my kids, which of course at the time I don't know, because when you live in a mob life, it's the mob family first, then your family, and it shouldn't even be that way.
Never be that way.
It should never be that way. But again, me
I
leaving home early, no father. These is like my parents. These is like showing me the way, even though if it was the wrong way, and we all had love for each other. So it was a different time and a different era.
Right.
It's not what I would, like, I never brought my son around hustling. I didn't want that for him. But
I would never let no one know where I live.
No, you couldn't let no one know where you live. You couldn't. I mean,
we all in the hood, right? But think about what I'm saying, and I promise you, niggas didn't know where I live. I would never bring nothing back to the house. Whatever I did, no one could know where I live. Rest my head. I didn't want no one to know my family, from my sisters, my other brother. Even Irv was my younger brother. I didn't want niggas to really know him until it was the right time.
Gotcha.
It was just, when you say that, it's just the way the culture is.
Definitely how the culture is. Once the reason I got into the film was American Gangster. So we did a Fat Cat American Gangster, and we did
The TV show.
The TV show.
Yes.
Not the movie.
Not the movie. The TV show. There was a TV show.
On BT.
Yeah, make sure they know.
Shout out to Curtis Schoon because he's the one that.
Schoon, what up, boy?
He got me on there. He got me on the first joint because, of course, I was part of Cat's team. And then the second season, I was a consultant. And he became a producer.
Got it.
So, you know, from day one I met him, he was telling me where he was at and what he was doing. And I was like, ain't no sense in me starting from the beginning. I might as well get in the car with you because you're already ahead of the game. You done got the book Queens Reign Supreme done.
Sure.
You done got this American Gangster on BET series started. So I'm not going to battle you. I'm going to join you because that's the smart thing to do. Unfortunately, it's not too many smart people in the world who like to keep. They want to go against each other instead of working with each other.
Right. Right. So you get into these films and you started writing and producing or just producing or directing?
When I came in, Chaz.
God bless the dead.
God bless Chaz.
That's the homie right there.
With someone that was doing beats for him, Doc. Said, hey, my man got the equipment, blah, blah, blah. Money and Violence was out. And that was the inspiration. Let's do a web series, but let's do something different and make it about girls. So we came out with Pray Before You Eat. So fast forward.
Say that name again. Pray Before You Eat.
P-R-E.
Yeah, pray.
Pray. Not that
Not
pray.
that pray.
This pray.
That pray.
Yeah, that pray. So, you know, the girls was a robbery crew. We did one. We did two. I did the screening in the movie theater.
Yeah, I was there.
I
was there.
I hate the movies now, but I understand it was just part of my process and part of the culture.
And it's like we was just talking off here. I always look at from a very judgmental perspective, and I try to give the best feedback, real feedback, not just any feedback. But I always take in consideration what you was working with.
Yes.
It's not like you had Denzel Washington and the shit wasn't that quality.
Yeah.
You know, you're having people you're working with financially, how to get these sets, location. When you really get into movie making and understand all these things that I'm talking about that are huge challenges for all the artists that might be listening. Think of a video you want to make and you have to get sets, location, wardrobe, constant changing, scripts.
Yes.
And then you're not dealing with maybe the best actors or actresses, so you're dealing with all of that.
Neighborhood people, neighborhood friends.
And then editing, you got to edit it down. Lighting may not be perfect. You know, no DPs. You know, you taking what you get, and this is the challenge of being an independent filmmaker or anyone independent in any business until you start getting those budgets and funded. Exactly. So I look at it from that creative lens. I don't look at it anywhere else. I only think of, you know, it's funny because I do the same in music. If people give me a record, I never listen to see if it's ready right now. If it is, great. I listen to see what he's saying and how they're putting the record together because I know what I could do is put together great producers, great writers. Can you deliver the record? Yes. See, and that's the part of making records, and it's no different with films. Yes. If you don't have all of those parts or that talent around you, you're stuck with a certain level of quality. That's why some of these, let's say, hood classics, we call them, right? Yes. When I look at, again, shout out Dame Dash, you know what I'm saying? And the reason I say that is because he made a hood classic, which to me is great, acted out with, again, Harrison Woods is a real actor, right? He's a real actor. He did incredible as Ace. You know what I'm saying? But Paid in Full is a hood classic. Yes. But it stands the test of time because the quality. So he might have went in it hoping to get it, and then he ended up really getting it. But he was dealing with very small budgets, very limited resources to get everything he wanted. But he caught it. And that's what made it. I could sit there and say Belly. You know, people always talk about Belly. You know, there's certain movies that did it with very limited resources.
Belly had a budget, though.
Belly had a budget. It's hype. It is hype. It is hype.
Belly had a good budget.
You're right. It is hype, but he did it with no actors. He did it with rappers that never acted before. So that was a different challenge. So, but yes, he had money from.
But wasn't that his first movie?
Yes. First movie.
So it's not like he had the experience. They cut the check because it was hip hop, and let's see what he could do.
Let's
and
see
he cried. He fucking knocked it out the box.
It's a difference between shooting videos.
How about Fridays?
It's Ice Cube.
Low budget?
That's the time,
Low budget. Look at the locations. He's at a crib. Yeah, exactly.
Nothing.
But he did his
He went around the block, the ice cream truck.
Forever.
So when I look at these kind of films, you tell me if you look at it differently, right? From a filmmaking standpoint, I love comedy, because it's very low
Comedy
cost.
works.
It's very low cost if you could really capture the right comic.
Yes.
Yeah, Chris Tucker was up and coming. He wasn't big at the time. He got an opportunity and became big because of that opportunity. But who else did you have in there? Ice Cube was a famous rapper.
Yes.
But he acted his ass off. Like when you watch it, he did his job.
Oh, he did his thing.
And then you have a couple other, let's say, B's and C actors inside of it, which is what everyone is dealing with.
Yeah, well, I find that artists are pretty good actors. Because they remember their lines. Sometimes their delivery might be a little bit over.
Well, they're acting when they're rapping. That's why I look at it. I do. So when you say that, I look at it that way. For the most part, these artists are acting their words out in the booth, not in front of a camera. That's the only difference. So now if they could get their facial expressions down to go with the words they're saying, it's lights out. I think that, my brother just did Made in America. I just watched that. And I just was with Favio Foreign.
Okay.
He killed his role.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't wait
He killed
to see
his
that.
role. It's, again, Made in America like Tales. We took the song Made in America, the Jay-Z Kanye West song, and he made it into a movie.
Dope.
No real actors, just one rapper. You got a couple, mid-level actors that have acted before, but this is their first real probably movie role or whatever it may be. And he made a great movie for the culture, and I love it. And at the end of the day, Favio Foreign, to go back to what you said, a rapper, he killed it. I was just with him. I told him, man, you did your thing, man.
Oh, I can't wait to see
that. He got into his role, his character. He made you believe the character. And it's right up his alley. So if you keep it safe with them, it's not like you're trying to make them do Shakespeare or anything, right? You keep them in their lane, and they could actually really do a hell of a job, and you inherit their audience. That's the reason you use them. I remember the Wayans brothers always saying the good rappers are taking all the acting jobs.
I remember that.
But it's real.
It was acting well, and plus people wanted to see them.
Yeah.
So it's a business.
It's a business.
So, those first couple of movies, I'm going to shout out Shaft because he gave me a shot to shoot a series for him called Sister's Keeper. And I think that's when my...
What's Shaft?
Shaft. Hood Celebrity.
Okay, got you. Yes.
Cardi B.
Yeah, shout out Shaft. Nah, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure.
He gave me a shot to do the series. He didn't give me too much of a budget. And, of course, look what I was showing. So it's like, he's doing stuff with Cardi B, so he ain't going to give me but so much.
Sure.
So after that time, me and Doc was having creative differences. And I really wasn't getting no money when I was putting those movies out. I just was spending money.
Sure.
So once me and him went our separate ways, I started rocking with a dude named True, Adrian True Toscano. Shout out to him.
Gotcha.
We started doing videos. We started like he's a grinder. You know what I'm saying?
So this was always in you right after you come home.
Well, I didn't go straight into film. Okay. I did a couple of restaurants that.
Sure, Vibes. Shout out Vibes, man.
Shout out to Vibes.
Come on, man. Yeah, we got a lot of shout outs in there.
But there was some joints like before then, like I Played a Soul. That was on America across from the church. But I think what I was doing before was I was making other people's dreams come true, not my dream.
You just talked about that earlier.
So when you make someone else's dreams come true, and they not doing anything financially, their heart. And, it's their head that's in the game, not their heart. So, when say for instance, when Play the Soul is starting to make money, because when I came in there, someone put me with him. I think he was getting $100 a day, about to lose it. I came in, we built it up to $1,200 a day, which is not no money, but in him, it's like he wants to go hang out. He doesn't want to cook. He wants to be a DJ. And no disrespect to him, it's just that's what happened.
Right.
So now I'm forced to go shopping, go do this, and learn and teach myself this restaurant game because I'm trying to get I'm trying to save myself.
Trying to get that money.
So that crashed. Tried to do a joint in Atlanta. We was in Midtown. That was cool. I didn't know that the cook had a case and he was going. Not the cook, the chef had a case and he was going to jail. Yeah. And it was just
hood problems.
Wife. Yeah, Yeah, like they don't
reveal it. When I hear you
speak, their dreams.
They're all lessons that like at the end of the day, we say that like we all need each other. So in a weird way, you were supporting, but you needed that journey in order to kind of go through your journey.
Exactly.
You mean that's what it is.
Next thing I tried sprinters.
Yeah.
So did the sprinters again. It's like it's someone else's dream. It's not my dream to do sprinters. It's this man's dream. Put in the money, do whatever. Then the next thing is like, there's no more sprinters. They coming to take them back. It's like, so it's like I'm doing stuff, but I'm getting nothing back. So I'm on my last leg with the film. So it's like, yo, I got to do something that for me.
Right.
So for me was film.
Got it.
And I'm going to ride this wave until I make it.
Let me ask you a question. You said you made these other films earlier. Do you go back to try and still service them to places to sell them?
Oh, no. Listen.
To license them?
Shout out to Dame Dash and Dame Dash Studios Distribution. Shout out to Omar because I'm able to now get money back from those movies. Yes. Because there's always an audience for no matter what. No
matter what. That's my point.
Like someone is going to want to, even if it's 3 people, they are. So
you're streaming it where on Dame's? Tubi.
Tubi. It's a
I know
Dame Dash
Tubi.
Studio. It's a Homestead distribution. I got the project me and Shaft did through Homestead.
Do you do promotion on it, or you don't even do it?
Well,
it really just has a life of its own. It's up there. Tubi does what they do for it. And that's it.
You do small marketing. I really expected Sister Keepers to take off because when I spoke to Shaft, I was like, listen, if you give me money for marketing, I said, listen, Tubi is the highest paying platform for streams.
Mm-hmm.
Period. They pay better than everybody. Netflix, Tubi is the highest paid joint. If you are an independent filmmaker, you better get your ass on Tubi. So I had asked Shaft for the marketing money. But the joint, we did 28 pages a day, which is unheard of. So the budget is like $5,000 an episode. We did 10 episodes. So it's okay, but compared to the things that he's doing, that's not a good representation of him. So I guess he didn't want to put the bread in there to make it go because people don't know about Tubi. And I'm just telling him, listen, bro, I can get your money back, and now I can start getting some back end because it can move.
Right.
He never did the marketing. No thing to him, but that's like Shaft don't even watch TV, bro. Shaft shit is music, and he's very good at what he does.
Me and Shaft go back a long time.
He's very good at what he does.
Way before he got Cardi, like me and Shaft go back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when I go to his mother house, he shows me the thing. I think he was dealing with Little Kim also, right? Shows me the mixtapes and all the stuff, and his mother tell me the stories how they were always in the basement, like
yeah,
grind.
He grinded, and I'm super proud of him. He grinded. He was actually someone I was looking at to bring into the production company with me, with Irv, Top Dog Productions.
Really?
Yeah. Early on.
Okay.
That's when he was just a little guy. Now he's this big guy.
Oh, no, he's a big guy.
Yeah, now he's a big guy.
Listen, he called me for my birthday. I was like, bro, that's just the little things.
Yeah.
Personally called me to say happy birthday. I appreciate that. So,
He's Haitian, too.
Yes, he is.
I know, he's old. I know my Haitians.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So, again, I thank Dame for the opportunity.
When you say that, he put you on the Tubi, or he put
yeah, you could say that because through his head of acquisitions, Omar was telling me about Tubi because I gave Dame some stuff a couple of years ago, the same movies. Nothing happened. So when they come to talk again, he's like, yo, listen, you can get money on here. So they telling me the numbers that they're getting, and of course I'm like,
yeah.
But as I'm going on, because one good thing about what Dame was doing, Dame would have Zoom meetings with all the producers and directors. So it's like 10 of us from different sides of the country with different types of work. And some of that work was there was a kid from Philly named Six. This fucking joint was getting like $100,000 a month. I done seen some people that do $400 in a quarter. Like, I got to shout out, it's a kid from Detroit, rapper K. Deezy, right? So K. Deezy, I think I met him through Big 50.
I think I know KDZ.
I think he came under Trick,
Mm-hmm.
right? So KDZ, they invite me to Detroit. I meet Dennis Reed, right? So, you know, we start talking about some things like I haven't done anything yet, but some situations is getting ready to happen. But, bro, some of the movies make $400,000 a quarter, bro. Like, they made them joints shake. And for independent, like, it ain't even costing us that much to make them.
And it's a residual aspect to it with the digital phase now. Yeah. See, it's digital because guess what happens? You're going to get that money forever.
Well, how does
like, they don't take that down.
How does Tubi? Is it ad supported or
ad supported.
is it?
It's AVOD.
Yeah.
It's an AVOD. It's ad supported.
It's not streamed.
It's streaming with ads.
With
the ads. Like you got SVOD, which is subscription based.
Subscription.
Netflix, Hulu, but if you notice and if you hear Dame speak, subscription base is out.
Gone.
AVOD is the thing.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to pay a subscription. Times is rough now. Food is up.
No one wants
gas
to
is
pay.
Up. No one wants to pay $12 a month. That's like they need that for gas and food.
It's crazy because the game changes so quickly. But no one
on
wants
that
to pay
play that you said, just to bring you up today, for example. I know it, but one of the things we're gonna do. Do you know today's game, the Chargers, and you know what it's on, right? It's the first time Thursday Night Football everyone can get to it. You know who's the only one broadcasting the game?
Today?
ESPN?
No, NFL.
Amazon bought the rights. If you don't have Amazon Prime, you can't watch the game. And it's one of the hottest games. When we go now, obviously they're going to have Amazon Prime. But I'm just, the minute you say that where the game is going, they paid, I don't know how many billion to get Thursday night. So now every Thursday night game.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Right, but you just said, what about those who can't? So how do you make a play unless there's more that can, that can't? I don't know, but I know if you're a Charger fan, you have Amazon Prime, you're not watching the game tonight.
Man, that's
crazy. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
That's unprecedented. So they were saying today, if Amazon Prime don't sell subscriptions for the Chargers and the Chiefs, shut it down. They're not going to get nobody watch that shit.
But in a minute, though, you know, like, Tubi was kind of like accepting everything.
Right.
Right?
Are they blocking now?
They're getting ready to block. Like, this shit got to be up to par. So
there's going to be a quality control.
Quality control, because when Fox brought Tubi, they put money into it. So the subscription went up 40%. Netflix subscription went down 20%.
Yeah, Netflix is in danger.
Yeah, but Netflix is in danger because Disney became, nope.
Okay,
This is the game changer. Disney got into the space, Disney got into the space. You know, Disney owns ESPN. Mm-hmm. So now if you get Disney Plus, you get ESPN Plus, you get all that.
Yeah.
Disney is the first one that subscriptions went up.
Yes.
And then what did they do to Netflix? Before Disney created their own channel, they watched Netflix model, and Netflix had all the Disney shit on there. You know what they did? They took it out, now it's exclusivity. So you can't watch any Disney on Netflix. So Netflix is actually losing subscribers now because they're jumping ship and going to Disney because Disney's giving you Disney, some other plus, and then if you have the right phone, whether it's Verizon gives you Apple Plus and everything for free now. If you have T-Mobile, they give you Amazon, Apple TV, and a bunch of other shit. So that's kind of what's happening in those packages that Tubi, whoever. So when that guy comes in, you know what his job is when Fox buys Tubi? Scale it, bring the revenue up.
So I have a streaming company called Clash TV with a guy named Ivan Isakov. We have two partnerships. We have Fubo, and we have
I heard of
Pluto.
Pluto TV?
Yeah, Pluto TV.
Okay.
Fubo is all mostly sports. So we do grassroots sports, grassroots culture. So we have like all the basketball games from the street ball and stuff like that.
Sports documentaries?
Well, that's not part of it, but we could probably talk to him.
Schoon. Get with Chris.
Oh, I seen
boxing.
I seen the boxing.
That's right. You were supposed to get a boxing joint.
Fighters.
Yes, you did when we went to Vegas.
Some fighters. There you go.
Yes, that's
I forgot you were doing that with Schoon.
Yeah. Listen, I boxed with
I helped
a lot
him
of
get with a bunch of the trainers and stuff like that. But I know.
Yeah, you did put us with some people when we went out to Vegas.
Yeah, definitely. But with those two, it's all
are those subscription? Yeah, but you know what else I'm noticing? the subscription joints like Peacock, For Us By Us,
Yeah.
are now having All Black, are now having Avard slowly but surely on the side. They're showing some movies with advertised base because that's where it's going.
That's where it's going because that's the again trends. It's a trend right now for these companies. It makes sense for them to jump in it. So I get it. It's a lot there, but the subscription is based on again when you stream. It's a percentage of the subscription that you get everyone that's on there, like their audience. So if it's 100 million in audience, and they could see how many views you get a percentage based on everyone's percentage for the subscription money.
I'm gonna want you to break that down because my contracts are non-exclusive, so I could put my shit everywhere.
That's what I was gonna say, and that's what you should be doing. You should have it everywhere you can, anywhere it could be seen and heard.
See, this is the other thing. Like I deal with another company, Indie Rights, so they send me a joint that shows me how much money comes where.
Right.
Nothing matches Tubi. So it'd be like, the fuck do I want the traffic to go over there for when I ain't getting no
But
money?
it's not about that. See, think different.
It's about teach me, bro.
I'm giving it to you.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
The audience on Tubi is not over on Pluto.
Got you.
And vice versa. So you're not really sharing the same user.
Okay.
And if you're non-exclusive, put it there, and then you're gonna catch the ones over there as well.
All right, well, we gotta
And
talk.
that's how you go. And I'll bring in Yvonne.
It's like music, right? Those places are like having your product at Walmart or Target. You wouldn't say, hey, we always use this, right, for the artists. You wouldn't say, because we use Spotify and Apple Music kind of like that. You wouldn't say, hey, I just want to sell, let's say we're selling those little guitar things, those wooden guitar things.
Okay.
And Chris says, hey, I got a deal at Walmart. First thing you're going to say is, cha-ching, we're going to fucking eat Walmart, right? Great. Mm-hmm. What if he brings you Target? You'll be like, well, my Walmart card. You want to have in Target. You want to be in Home Depot. You want to be in all the places, even though Walmart is paying you the most. Because Tidal right now, on streaming platform, Tidal pays the most, but the Spotify gives you the most people watching your shit, let's say. Right?
So it shouldn't matter to you. The way I explain it is if I'm selling hats, I want my hat in every fucking store possible.
Listen, bro.
And you're not talking about you have to manufacture all these hats, so you'll be different. Yes. So then if you had to manufacture the hats, the reason it's different is because now I have to pick where I'm going to get the best bang for my buck with the most people, the most traffic. And if the money is a little bit less, but it's the most traffic, I probably want to go there. Even though I could go to this boutique that sells it at a higher price and I'll make a bigger margin, but they don't have the numbers to give me the money any fucking way.
Gotcha. It's
a numbers game, and there's a reason people go into fucking JCPenney's and, their clothing lines. When we had our clothing line, we had to make those choices as well. Macy's was more higher end, less, again, it's a great place, but I probably would sell a lot more over at JCPenney's, Walmart. Okay.
The only time you have exclusivity is, let's say his brand did a deal with Nike, and they have stuff with Foot Locker, right? Then that's different. Yeah. You do a deal. Tubi now comes around and says, I love your movies. Here's a milli, shoot me a movie. Now they own that. That's different. Now it's on Tubi exclusively. They do all the marketing now. But if something you've already created, it's like, seems like you're a street guy, right? Right? So imagine being able to sell. Well, I mean, we never lose.
It's a mentality.
The mentality is this. It's always been buy for less, sell for more. But anyway, so imagine in the street the same product. You can sell it over without having to create the product again. One time I can sell it to you, and do a deal. That's what you're doing with one movie. You can and then people can watch it and rewatch it. Like, it's a different era now from a digital standpoint. So,
and then how many people that I've known have now, like, I'm gonna shout Vicky out. She has her own TV network because she does a deal or a partnership. Maybe she'll do a partnership with a Tubi and then create her deal with Tubi and then cut deals for everyone underneath her. Like a joint venture, basically. Okay. And she's now responsible for populating her channel 24/7 with content. Okay. And I know there's a Yada TV. There's a bunch of them out there that
need content, and they need content.
They need content.
Listen, me and my man True got a bunch of content.
Yeah.
But
finished product is gold, man.
Yeah, we just need to get up. But the the baby that I'm most proud of.
Yes.
I got to shout out Huey. And actually, like, this actually came because of, like, Supreme has put me next to a bunch of people. He has leveled my career up just by speaking to him. Like, you know,
Sure.
I can talk to Mike Tyson. I can talk to, I mean, I haven't talked to your brother yet, but it's just like I'm working with Michael Payton,
Trust
who
me,
has
you'll
destroyed.
get right to Irv again without me, with Preem. For real. I'll keep it 100, man.
Yeah. So
Preem has done that. That's what I tell everyone, and I said, all that
Dot
man has
connector.
done was
Put people,
help.
put people in position.
yeah,
He helped connect people, not on no drug shit,
Nah.
nothing negative, only on
Walk
positive
to
business
talk.
shit. He's one of the smartest dudes I met in my life. Like, he's a smart guy, business sharp, and street smart, of course. And all he did was help. He helped us navigate through reckless times. And yes, I could sit there and say he's part of the reason we went through what we went through.
yes.
So as smart as he was, he made mistakes too. Everyone makes
Everyone's human.
mistakes. Exactly. And again, but man, he definitely helped us with so much, just connecting people.
Yeah. So, and I'm honored that he put me like as the head producer on the joint we're doing about the case, which is called Witness for the Defense.
Witness for the
Witness
defense.
for the Defense, Proof of Innocence.
Yes.
And me and Michael Payton
Yes.
rocking that.
And
together.
Michael J. Payton, who did our documentary.
And he's dope.
Very thorough.
Very thorough, very humble, and you know, we work good together. So we're looking forward to finishing that and hopefully get it out by 2023. I spoke to Preem this morning. He's like very amped, like, yo, do you know how to do the voice recordings? Because if I can't catch Michael, I need you to do them because I need a backup in case I can't catch him. So both of y'all got the
He's
recordings.
working.
No, listen, he is very hands-on.
Yep.
He's working. Because of him, I was able to meet Huey Wynn, who has Wynn Publishing, and he made me the lead producer on the movie Sin, which you guys is going to love, which is coming out now. We got Lou Gossett, we got Marquand, we have Sean Nelson, we have Bella Black, we have Angel Love, Johnny Blaze.
Sounds like the budgets are getting bigger, Luke. Sounds like the
listen,
budgets are growing.
Listen, you know, when you start off on the corner,
Yeah.
right, and then you build yourself up. You know what I'm saying? We got Cayenne on there. We have the woman that's doing your clothes, Raquel Mills.
Yeah,
You know, we put her clothes in there.
sure.
It's a dope movie. It's getting ready
Where'd
to
you
be
shoot
crazy.
it?
Atlanta.
Hollywood, the Black Hollywood.
Black Hollywood. I got to shout out the director, A.B. Albani Nazir, dope female. The writer, Dutch or Kwame T. He kind of like put the strings together, Dana Dane. Like, we couldn't have did it, Sean Baker. We couldn't have did it without everybody. True Shooting, the DP, Michael Noir. Michael Noir. So, I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. I don't want people to be upset. Like, yo, you said my name wrong. But,
Sure.
that movie right there is going to change the game for me. And probably a lot of the people that's involved in it.
Man, that's congratulations on that, man.
And I'm expecting y'all at the screening, which we're having.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
we'll make sure that y'all.
So what's next? Where do you go? What's the next goal for you? Like, I just heard these movies, all these names attached. We talked about your earlier works that you was like, that was trash. Now this
What's
one
the-
is going to change
well,
the game for you.
All right.
Which means to me, again, like I said, bigger budgets. That means, you know.
So, a lot of networks want Sin based on the trailer. We know when the project is finished, it's going to wow everyone. And there's nowhere to go but up after that, because I remember Chaz used to tell me to go to the American Black Film Festival, right? So
Yeah.
he told me a story. I said, yo, what's that? He said, oh, man, me and Master P was going there. He said, yo, man, it was a kid, man. Every time we go to the hotel, yo, take my tape. Yo, we go to the parking lot, take my tape. Yo, we go over here. Yo, take this movie. He said, you know who that was? I said, who? He said, Will Packer. I started going to American Black Film Festival.
Wow.
So you went from, you know, he went from 300,000, 500,000, a million, 2 million, 5 million. So it's the same process.
Is that the number you're at, like budget wise from a film?
What?
How much are you using to make a film now?
Sin was like 800.
Okay.
So of course, I want something. You want to go more because you want to get better. Like, I'm hungry. Like, this ain't nothing. I'm just getting started. Like, you talked about all that stuff. That's why I said it's not there, because this is my starting point. And when I get there, that's going to be my starting point.
You're self-funded. You're doing this independently or with independent money. You're not dealing with like
no studios.
House, no studios.
Not yet.
So,
do I want to deal with one?
No, I'm saying I'm trying to see a business here, right, that I think fits for you. It's like, so once you produce this, are you shopping it to the movie houses?
Well, now.
Or are you just going to take it straight to these outlets like the Tubies?
Well, no. I mean, we've spoken to someone that's like, hey, you could do BET and BET Plus.
Sure.
Right? First.
Only
then,
reason
if you can go here next, then you can go here.
The reason I bring it up is because I've been listening to my brother with all of his deals and things, and I've learned some. He takes his movie and he's selling it right directly to a house. He still would own the movie, but it will be a split now. Say it's a 70-30 split his way. They're buying 30%, but they're going to put up the marketing dollars. They're going to pay for what it, let's say the film costs, I'm just using the number, $1 million. They're going to pay more than $1 million for the thing. So he's right out of the door. As soon as he sells it, he's in the profit. And then now he's getting a 70-30 split, and he owns all rights to that intellectual property of that movie. So I know that's a very strong deal.
He put in a lot of work. He deserves it.
No, but I'm just saying, is that the goal? Like, once you...
Yes, of course that's the goal.
That's where you're going.
Like Sin, we're trying, like, okay, what I'm doing, there's something else, I got to shout out Don Quan for Better Than My Last, and Sean Baker, the director. So what I try to do now is, whoever's the EP and the investor, I'm trying to get what they put in up front off the top. Like, here's your bread. If there's a little bit
Covers
over,
that.
cool, they cover, because guess what that means? They're going to give me more bread. Like, okay, I fucks with him because I won. Because a lot of people lose. Like, you get movies that people put a whole bunch of money in and they don't get nothing back. Like me and my prior businesses.
Yeah, but that's not true.
No, I said some.
No, because you said now it's coming back now.
Okay.
See, I'm going to go to music.
Okay.
I'm going to go to music.
Okay,
I'm going to go to
right.
music. And then labels, the way labels work was we signed 10 artists, right? This is universal. Sign 10 artists, one works. The other 9, you think it's a loss. It's never a loss. They just don't, they're not successful
Right
today.
away.
But in time, through their distribution, that money starts coming back little by little by little. And then next, say it took 2 years. You think the labels really give a fuck? They don't care.
They're playing
The
long
money
game.
comes back. It's
They're
playing with
the
house
long
money.
game anyway.
It's coming back. But that one artist that worked paid for everybody
Everything.
anyway. So that's really their business model. We sign 10 artists, look for one to go, the other 9 we'll write off. And if we're lucky, we'll get 1.5, 2. You know what I mean? Like, the money will come back faster from their projects. But we're going to get paid back from that one anyway. And that's how they look at it. And to me, you're no different now. Mm-hmm. You should be thinking in that fashion. If you could make this content, and it's just got proven out that later down the road, even all this time, years later, and you're just realizing that it's a place to put it that could generate revenue back, you're right where you want to be, because now that place is happening in real time today.
Well, the other thing is when you have something and it hits, and your name is attached, people is looking for everything that you did.
That's catalog. Number one business for the record labels is their catalog. That's their biggest earning revenue stream. It's catalog. So all that old music, when you make a hit, it stimulates it.
Yes.
It's part of what I did with Adventures. That's how I created it.
But the movie catalogs on the Netflix and all the old movies we watch, they're still getting paid, right?
Yes.
Always. But
look at Shotters.
Shotters. Crazy. But when a hood classic.
Yeah.
Shout out to Marley's.
Yeah, shout out to the Marleys.
That's Kamani, right? He did his thing.
Since we're speaking about that culture, I got to shout out my cousin, Tone. I think you met him.
Of course.
Respect the Jokes. I think that
me and Tone been talking. That
could be a classic.
Respect the Jokes.
Yeah,
me and Tone has been talking. Look, they was there, but me and Tone's been talking. We want to get that movie. I want to get it to a house. and really put something in it. So I've been trying to get Irv to pay attention. You know, it's not that he don't pay attention. He's got a million things he's doing.
Of course.
And if you was in that position, just think of all the things you would have that you're doing for you before you could actually help someone else.
That's how it has to be, though.
I know, but people don't really, you know, I try. Not saying Tone doesn't understand, but Tone definitely understands because we had great conversations. We've been talking. And, man, that's what it's about. It's about getting that moment and being ready for that moment. You got to get to that moment and be ready for that moment.
Well, after the screening, I think that you need to watch Sin.
Gotcha.
Because you're going to want to, what you're telling me now about movie houses and everything else, you're going to want to come and holler at us and say, listen.
You don't have no one shopping that for you?
No, not yet. That's what we're having the screening for.
Well, that's what I'm going to have to talk to you about. Maybe I'm going to be that guy shopping that for you. Okay. When I say that product, because you have a body of work. Mm-hmm. So you have a catalog.
Yes.
There's companies that want to be part of, not own it, but be part of it. Because they, you know, I look at lawyers, right? Lawyers don't make money unless you make money, for the most part. Okay. They don't bring the deal. You bring the deal, and then they look it over and say, here, sign, and you pay them. You know, the lawyers that's worth their money brings the deal. When you get a lawyer that's bringing you a deal, make sure you try and hold on to that lawyer.
You know what you done did, right? You done created a new best friend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be calling you like, yo, Chris, what's up with this? What you think about this?
No, but again, I'm giving you quick answers because I get right to it. They're going to answer me right away if they're interested or not. I don't believe in lingering around. Don't have me hanging around. If you got time to do something or do it, yes, no, and that's it. I don't want to waste your time. Don't waste mine either. And that's how I approach it. No matter who I'm dealing with, that's how I approach it. You know, so.
Yeah, I just found something that I love to do now as much as I love to do, more than I loved when I was younger. Because I was the type, like when I was younger, I'd be on the block, we'd go out, they'll go in, I'll go back to the block.
Yeah.
I'm the type now, we'll film, they'll go to sleep. I'm still up trying to figure out the next movie or the next whatever, you know.
That's like the passion you have for it.
I got some good people
around you
that work with
everyone
me.
has to. You
whether
have
it's
to.
Schoon, whether it's True, whether
Listen,
it's you,
everyone
it's AB,
has to.
All of them.
Everyone has to have a good team.
You gotta have that
around.
team.
Without it, you can't go nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere.
That's a fact. So with this being said, like this is really good, interesting for me because, like I said, you have a body of work that easily could be placed for locations that could generate new revenue streams. That's all.
What I'm talking about. New revenue streams.
We call it new verticals.
New verticals.
New verticals.
That's in my vocabulary.
You know what I'm saying? We want new verticals. We got new verticals because we trying to go this way, baby.
Okay.
That's
what I'm talking
new
about.
verticals. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. It'll be a new vertical for that same intellectual property, whichever movie that is. You wasn't making money from it. If you could figure out another new vertical, now you're making a new revenue stream from it, and so on and so on. And that's really the goal. That's what you're doing it for. And there's no doubt in my mind, if with persistence, you're going to get everything you're looking for.
I'm persistent.
Yeah, I know. I watched you. Like I said, when I first met Luke, I met him from the restaurant in Vibes, and I was talking about doing an event over at the first Vibes there.
Yes.
What's that, Liberty, right?
Liberty Avenue.
On Liberty. Who's that? Who owns that one?
Chuck.
Chuck. Shout out Chuck.
And Keisha.
And Keisha, yeah.
Shout out to Chuck and Keisha.
Shout out Chuck and Keisha. And shout out Todd and Keisha, who has the Vibes too. And at the end of the day, but I thought you was over there with that restaurant thinking that's more of what you was into. And yes, it was, but it's just part of it.
It was, but
I have you stored under Luke /Vibes. Yeah. But it's, again, we always seen each other, was always love and respect. So nothing but that all the time. And it was like, if I could do something, I want to do it. And I think there's some opportunity to talk because even with my brother, let's say, he has this opportunity, and that's all it is. It's an opportunity. He has funding, opportunity, but he needs content. And as you know, as a filmmaker, it takes time.
Hey, listen, Preem is into his joint, so I tell him about this one, and he was like, "Yeah."
Preem tell Irv, like that? Hey, Preem tell Irv tonight. You with Irv tomorrow. I'm just telling you how it worked.
Well, so once he get off lockdown, let me tell him.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He hit Irv tonight. You with Irv tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? he gonna definitely put his ear and eye on you as soon as he say it. You know what I'm saying? As soon as it happens. If I go to Irv, if I go to Irv, see, it's the difference. It's not that he don't fuck with me like that. If I go to Irv, he's saying, you know how busy I am. You know, he's gonna give me all of that. Preem, he don't think knows that. So if Preem said, he gonna go give it more quicker attention. I say
Preem doesn't like to ask though.
I know.
That's the type of
nobody like to ask. Men don't like to ask. So real men never want to be like, hey, can you do? We don't want to do that, but we have to learn to do that. See, men don't do it, but we have to learn to do that if we really want to get where we want to go.
Why is that so hard for us to think?
It's the way we was raised. It's the way we was raised. We don't really fuck with each other as blacks.
Hey, the fear of someone saying no.
Of course,
you've been told
the fear
no
of no
for so much.
And if you,
it gives you vulnerability.
That
you
fear,
feel vulnerable.
Yes.
That fear of no is so deep because you could have did mad work for somebody. And in your heart, you feel there's no way he could say no. And they say no, you're going to want to spaz on that.
No, or it just blows you away. Like, it makes you feel.
Have the audacity to tell me no after I did this.
Exactly.
This.
And this.
You understand?
I understand.
Believe
I've
me,
had people that I've helped.
I overstand.
I've had people that I've helped. I mean, helped in situations. And when I've called them for help, they tell me, I got to start helping everybody. I got to help myself. And I'm sitting there. 3 fucking years ago, like, yo, ran to, like, you know, you was, and I'm asking you for something, and they're telling me, like, subliminally, they're speaking to you, and you're asking them, yo, see if you can check this out for me, blah, blah, blah. They're like, yeah, and then in conversation, they're saying, every time I help somebody check shit out, I gotta stay in my, so they're telling you basically, I ain't checking shit out for you.
Yeah.
Because I gotta focus on myself, and you're sitting back and you're like, okay.
Heard
and then when you don't call them for the next 2 years, or I can't, don't call me now when you need a situation. Yeah. It's my shit. So it's kind of like, you know, it's life.
It's definitely a jiggling, but I do believe it's part of our culture. We didn't learn that. We didn't learn to actually share. Always was taught it had to be one, and that's the biggest mistake. Paramount Pictures don't give about Sony. You think they care?
No.
You think Universal gives a fuck about Warner Brothers?
No, wait a second.
You think Nike gives a fuck about Adidas?
But another thing,
and vice versa, they don't care. But we,
to back you up on what you're saying, in our culture, you think that other culture saying boss this, boss that? No. We say boss. Yeah. Everybody wants to. Nobody wants to. Yeah, no, but I'm saying that's the being the man. Yeah. In our culture, is being the boss means you're the guy, and then everybody else is underneath you. It's like an ego
you're doing,
trip.
Look, you're doing film. If I'm doing film, it was always, man, I'm over here. Instead of where the hell, let me help. Let's see if we could do something together. And that to me is why we're so behind. Aside from Slavery, and which is another movie I think you should make or go think about. I gave it to my brother.
What's that?
But I'll give it to you because you're Zoe. You're Zoe. You're Zoe. It's the only fucking country.
Oh, one more thing.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's the only country to overthrow the oppressor.
Yeah. It's the only one.
Only black country to overthrow the oppressor. And no one's ever even went there. And I'm telling you, that to me is a jewel. And I talked to, you know who I talked to about it? Wyclef, Jerry Wonder. And they all was like, you're right. Because they should, whoever.
Why they don't.
Haitians have to make that. A Haitian has to make that.
That's
and it has to be done from a very authentic place, and it's very powerful, especially today, in my opinion.
No, it has to be done by Haitians. Otherwise, it's not.
It's not authentic.
The culture's gonna
reject it.
They're gonna reject it. It's not gonna work.
And I know the Zoes will go crazy.
They're gonna go crazy. When you
make it, they're gonna go crazy too. They're going to come out from everywhere. Everyone's going to be like, yeah, I got a Haitian relative in my family. you know, they're going to find that Haitian strand of blood somewhere.
One thing Preem insisted too, though, said we got to get Chris to do the interview.
Yeah.
He said, do you watch Chris? I said, I watched the thing. He said, yo, Chris does some dope interviews.
Thank you.
So we had to get you. Of course, we got to get
I'm there. Oh, but I'm telling you, that is...
No, put that together.
That movie right there needs to be made too. It needs to get done and told. That's a story that when I found out about it was like, wow, I didn't know that. And I asked some Haitians that didn't realize about it themselves. Really? Yeah, and that's weird.
That's weird.
That is weird because that's their pride. That is what they're from, and it's like, nah, they should know that.
Yeah, they're supposed to know that.
They should know that. And I was like, but they get it. You know, it's nothing like, here, Cubans, they're here, but when they don't know it, it's because maybe they was born here. Maybe some of their history has been Americanized, if you understand.
That's true.
You know, so, you know, like Dinero always says, we have the all Latin speaking, the English and Latin speaking, and the Latins that just speak English that don't even speak Spanish. And that's part of, I'm sure, Haiti's issue as well. You know what I'm saying? They could be Haitian, but they don't speak it, or they speak both,
Because
or they just speak Haitian.
The irony of this country is that no one's from here.
No one's from here.
See, when you look at other countries,
Well, the Indians.
if you go to Italy, Italians, right? You go to Haiti, it's Haitians. You go to Cuba, it's Cuba. You come to the United States, where you from?
That's right.
You fill out an application. Myself, on my application, I have to say that I'm Cuban American.
Yeah.
Because I'm Hispanic. You have to say whether you're Haitian American or if you're, right? Like, they categorize that in that because when you really think about it, no one's from here. No one's from here. Even the white people, they're from somewhere else. England, Switzerland, they're from somewhere. Canada, Greenland.
But Luke, if someone was looking to find you or anything, where would they find you at?
Instagram, Luc, LucStephen. That's my Instagram and my Twitter. Or Luc Stephen on Facebook. But I'm at the max on Facebook, so you better off trying to holler at me on Instagram.
Got it.
You know, I definitely appreciate you guys having me, bro.
Man,
No,
thank
it's
you
love,
for coming.
it's love and respect.
Man, thank you
This
for
was dope,
coming.
bro.
Appreciate it. And
Yeah,
we're gonna
I
definitely.
think if you ain't had
we're
to
gonna
go,
do
we'd have kept
more.
going.
Oh yeah, for sure, for
Might have
sure.
been here all night, but I think she want to go home.
No, she's
I
making
know.
sure I got my schedule right.
Yeah. But we
You know what I'm
have some
saying?
great stuff. We always bring guests back after because you're gonna have a lot more things to promote.
Yeah,
so.
if you got more stuff, we bring you right in. It's all good. And it's
Huh? I have to
True.
bring True? I'll bring True. I'll
Yeah.
bring True next time.
Yeah. And like I said, we're gonna figure out how to get you more new verticals.
Yeah.
New verticals, baby.
New vertical. I need a 48-inch vertical, like David
Yeah.
Thompson.
Shit, we went higher than that. Fuck
Okay.
that.
Let's go for the sky, baby.
That's it. That's it. But you know, I want to thank you for coming. This is Chris Gotti, Lorenzo again, giving them the business. My partner Don Dinero.
You already know. Giving
They
them
will
the
lie,
roast
they will
show.
lie,
They
and
will
we'll
lie.
right back at you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We here.
Swiggy.